Hey everybody, can you hear? Can you see me well? How are you today? So I'm gonna be reading our chat for your answers. Let's get to meet each other. How are you? Where are you from? Okay. Hey, Sonia, Zhenya, really nice meeting you. That's cool. Hi. Okay, it's really good to meet you guys. So my name is Ira Maximova and today I'm going to be your teacher. We're having a ЗНО prep lesson and the topic of today's lesson is use of English pitfalls and life hacks. So as you know, pitfall is something difficult, a difficulty that you may see in the exam, and life hacks is what to do with those difficulties, how to manage them. So before we start, I have a question to you guys. What's your relationship with English? Do you get on? Where do you study? How do you study? How often? How well? So here you have a question in Ukrainian. So can you please write the number of the answer in the chat? So number one is I study at school and I have a really high level of English. I study at school, but my English is quite low, or I have some extra classes with teachers. 1 and 3, okay. 2, school, 1, okay. 3, nice. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, you know what makes me really happy is that everybody answers study. I studied. That's great. So today we're going to study English together too. So I'm going to show you some photos of mine and I'm going to ask you, what do these photos tell you about me? So write your ideas in our chat box. You teach children. I do. Yeah, I teach teenagers and this is my favorite age group of all. I love teaching teenagers. You're a counselor. In a way, I am. I am, really. You are a very funny and friendly person. Well, I don't know about that. People tell me that I am. I hope so. Okay. Anything else from this photo? You're a sociable person. You like hanging out. You have a lot of people. I like hanging out with my students. Yeah, I have a lot of students. I'm friends with most of them. Yes. So good. You're active and creative. Hope so. I really hope so. But it's up to you to decide. So in this photo, you can see us, my learners, my teenage children and me after the ЗНО exam 2 years ago. I take the ЗНО exam with my learners as a learner, as a student, always. Every year, if I teach the ЗНО preparation, I take the exam myself. This year, 2020, next year, I'm going to take the ЗНО with you guys as well. So it's never different. I always do that. Okay, so also, As you can see here, we are wearing the same, some of us are wearing the same t-shirts. The story about t-shirts, the story about this idea is a little bit later. In this photo, you can see the way we are celebrating when we've graduated and we've taken our ЗНО exam. Next photo. What does it tell you about me? You very love art. Okay, you like art maybe. Yeah, it was a different situation. You like listening to song. Yeah, headphone in my ear. Nice. You stay at art gallery. Well, yeah, you like art and maybe travel a lot. So you like art. You're visiting museums, art gallery. You are fond of paintings. Yes, I am. So everything is true. I really, really love art. I can't draw or paint. I can't do that, really. So maybe not that creative a person, but I really love visiting art galleries and museums. I love reading about art. I love learning about art, and I love using art in my teaching. And usually my students love that too. So true story. And music. I do love listening to music. I listen to music all the time. Thanks. Great detectives. And the last one. What do these photos tell you about me? Holiday. Okay. You like reading. Oh yeah, the first. K-Book, I don't know your real name, but you are a good detective. Christmas tree, you love celebrating New Year. Tell us about my favorite holiday. Okay, New Year is coming soon. You love Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, Merry Christmas to you. You are creative. All right, you like the New Year. Okay. Well, the truth is, probably this painting can tell you about me, the fact that I'm very lazy. Well, not really, but sometimes. So 1 year, probably 4 years ago, I was too lazy to go and buy a Christmas tree that I decided to make a Christmas tree. And I created this Christmas tree from lights that you can see on one of the photos. I just put it on my wall and glued it and put some decorations in it, and here I am. Here we go. I have a wonderful creative Christmas tree. And I decided to continue this tradition of creating unusual Christmas tree. And last year, I also created, together with my husband, created this wonderful Christmas tree that you can see, the one from books. And all of the books are taken from my home library. So yeah, I do love reading too. But the truth is, I don't like New Year, I'm sorry, and I don't like celebrating New Year, and I don't like winter. So here's the thing, sometimes what we see is not always the truth. So, and since we started talking about New Year and Christmas, this year, 2019, is almost over. So what would be your word of the year 2019? So how would you describe 2019, the year that's almost gone, with one word? Remarkable. Okay, that's a beautiful word. I would use that too, Alana, if you don't mind. Really hard. Oh, I understand. 11th grade, school. Oh, graduation. True story. Unforgettable. Okay. ЗНО tomorrow. Okay. I know, Sasha, this is very scary. Work. Creative. For me, it was a breakthrough. That's amazing, Maria, really. Afflictions. Oh, very hard. Memory. Okay. Okay. I see. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. So for most of you, for many of you, the year 2019 is about graduation from school, is about taking exams, is about working hard and achieving your result. And I understand that completely. I really want to help you with that. I really want to help you with the exam part, with the ЗНО part. And my next question here is, what is the most difficult ЗНО, I mean English, ЗНО English part for you? Which part? Is it listening? Is it reading? Is it use of English? Or is it writing that you find the most difficult in your exam? Writing. Writing, use of English. Okay. Writing. Listening. Use of English. Use of English. Listening. Writing. Okay. I'm surprised to see that, honestly. Use of English, writing, writing, use of English, listening. So nobody finds reading hard. That's good news. Okay. As easy. For me, this is all easy. Okay, good for you. Okay, writing. Thank you for your answers. So, well, here is good news. So, writing, many of you have written that writing is the most difficult part. In our course, we cover writing completely. When I take the ЗНО exam and when my students take the ЗНО exam, I always score maximum, I always score 14 out of 14 on writing part. My students, no matter the level, it can be pre-intermediate or upper intermediate, it doesn't matter. My students always score not lower than 11 out of 14. So if you take our course, I promise you'll save there with writing. So just like that, it's really easy to hack, I have to say. Use of English is a little bit harder, but we're going to work on that as well. So according to recent 11 years of ЗНО exam taking place in Ukraine, use of English has been considered the most difficult part of the exam itself. So today we're going to have a look at some tricky moments of some general points of use of English exam. As I said, the lesson is about pitfalls and life hacks, how to deal with that. Before we go on to the part, I want you to watch a video and try to answer the questions. Who do you think the people are and what are they doing? So, who are they? What are they doing? Okay, thank you for that. We have many ideas in the chat. So the first airplane was flying. They launched the first airplane. The people who founded the first plane, maybe inventors, they're trying a new invention, a plane. The Wright brothers. Okay, so today we're going to have a look at a little text, a little story about the video about the Wright brothers. So now you're going to see a little extract from a real ЗНО of last year, and a little extract from use of English part grammar. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to take a piece of paper and a pen and to write down your answers on a piece of paper and a pen. And when you're done, just write done in our chat box and we're going to check together. Do you have to write answers in the chat right now? Absolutely. No, you don't. Now you write your answers where? Yes, wonderful. This is how it usually goes on our lesson in the module. Today I'm showing you the structure. The content is different, depends on the topic, but the structure is the same. I share a lot of information about myself, I ask you, and then we discuss the rules, and this is how we work. So let's go. Don't forget to write in the chat when you're done, when you're ready. Okay, I see. I see people getting ready. I'm just looking at our chat. It's a little bit below. Then, okay, great. Let's check. So, 54, number, letter. Okay, so have a look. So 1903 marked the beginning of the aviation industry. What part of speech do we use here? What part of speech do we need to use here? Yeah, there has to be. Why noun? No, look, beginning of the aviation industry. So aviation industry is a noun. So what defines the noun? Yeah, the noun is usually defined exactly, Alana, by an adjective. So the only adjective here is the word practical, because practically is an adverb. How? Practical is an adjective. Practice and practicality are nouns that don't fit here. So 54 is B. That's it. 55. Oh, so many answers. Prepositions are an absolute favorite of students of all times. Okay. Here is a trick. So the verb to interest had tried to interest the US and various European governments can be followed by two prepositions. It is either with or in. So try to interest the US and various European government with buying or in buying the design for their plane. And this is something that sometimes happens at a ЗНО exam. We have an answer with two correct, we have a question with two correct answers. So what to do about that, how to solve these problems, how to go around that kind of situations is something that we are learning to do in the course. This happens. Unfortunately, this happens quite often. So 56. I know, Artem. Oh my God, that's true. 56. Okay, look carefully at the tense. Are we talking about present? Are we talking about past? What are we talking about? Okay. You see, so many different answers. Use of English is tricky, but don't worry, we'll take care of that. Look, 56. So the government leaders were not convinced that their plane could fly. 56C. Okay. We're talking about the past. The only two past forms in 56 are be and C, was able and could. Can't and is able is present. So was able, the structure to be able to do something, is always followed by to, by infinitive. Look at the gap again, 56, right? So the plane, fly. No infinitive in there, no to. So was able, no. Could fly, yeah. Just like that. A little thing, and you know it, right? You know it. But we still make mistakes sometimes, but we can fix it. 57. Okay, 57, correct. So the Wright brothers made their official public flight in 1908 and they made the world. You have a date, the date, actually 1908. That's why we use past simple. We cannot use present perfect when we have the date. So, but we're going to talk about that even today a little bit. And 58, the last one. Another tricky little sin, which people at ЗНО really love. Yeah, we have time. Yes, Spectre. 58. Okay, again, we all have very different answers. Not sure, but I think it's an A. Okay, yeah. So 58 is an A. Look, so the Wright brothers amazed the world with their flying ability. Their what? The flying ability of what? Of an airplane. If we talk about possession of something, we write the word and we put apostrophe S after that. Are we talking about one plane or many planes in this situation? Yeah, we're talking about just one. If we talked about many planes, we would use D, so airplanes and then apostrophe after S, but we're talking about only one. That's why airplane, apostrophe S. Like, remember, teachers, apostrophe book, right? Teacher, apostrophe S, book. Student, apostrophe S, book. So whose is that? Today we are talking about flying ability, over plane, Z to Z. Could you repeat the answer? 57? 57 is C, made. Yeah, thank you, Les. Yeah, that's right. So that was an example of use of English exam. And most of you probably know the grammar, but there are little tricks which you need to pay attention to get the most of this type of tasks. Also, there are strategies how to work, how to deal with situations when there is more than one correct answer, when there are two correct answers. What to do then, which one to choose. We cover everything in our course. Plus, I'm taking exam myself, so we can always, fight together. So, here's a little scene from the use of English task, another very common mistake in English. So let's have a look at these two sentences and let's compare them a little bit. We had this practically situation in the first question in the previous task. This is about that. So he drove carefully along the narrow road and he is a careful driver. So what part of speech are the words in yellow? What is the difference between them? What do you know about that? Adverb and an adjective. Okay, so no, actually two is an adjective. So carefully is an adverb, right? So we answer the question how. Careful is an adjective. So it answers the question what kind of, right? This is it. So to form, yeah, you can see it here. So the presentations, you can always come back in the lessons. When we teach, you can always receive the presentations afterwards, after the lesson. So many adverbs are formed with an adjective plus ly form. For example, quick, quickly, serious, seriously, heavy, heavily, and a little bit of changing in spelling, bad, badly. However, there are exceptions, of course, as always. Let's try to practice a little bit. Choose the correct form. So number and answer. Okay, number 1. 2 people were... Okay. Yes, seriously. Great. 2 people were seriously injured in the accident. So when we have a real lifetime lesson, I usually ask, what does injured mean? How can you get injured in an accident? What may cause an accident? So I ask quite a lot of questions for students to practice speaking and to practice their vocabulary, because I believe vocabulary is really important if you want to get a high score on the ЗНО exam. So number 2. Linda usually wears... Number 2. We are number 2. No, please. Number 2. Colorful. Yes. Yeah. Linda usually wears colorful clothes. And I draw your attention. Look, in British English, we spell colorful with U. In American English, we spell colorful without U. In your ЗНО exam, at the exam itself, it's better to use British English. Number 3. Oh, here is the question. Is it hard or hardly? So remember I told you that some adjectives and adverbs are different. So some of them, there are exceptions. So hard is one of the exceptions. So hard doesn't change as an adjective. It's a hard day. And it doesn't change as an adverb. He works really hard every day. The word hardly exists. It means a little bit. I hardly slept last night means I almost didn't sleep last night. We hardly knew each other. It means we didn't know each other really well. Hardly is an exception. Number 4. Okay. Fast is an exception as well. So fast is an adjective. It's a really fast car, or fast, which is American English. Like here, he drives a really fast car. And fast is also an adverb. He drives really fast. Also an adverb, doesn't change. Number 5. He usually drives really... Yeah, quickly. Quickly is a regular adverb, a regular adjective, works by the rules. Great job. Remembered a little bit. So, now let's try to match a verb with an adverb here. So take the verb from the column on the left and match it to the adverb on the right, and write your phrases in the chat box. Work hard. Okay. Can we work late? Can we work fast? Drive carefully. Okay. Speak fluently. Speak English fast. Okay. What else? What other? What about arrive? What about breathe? Work hard, play hard. Yeah, Pasha, completely agree with you. Breathe deeply. Okay. Speak English fluently. Good. Good. Do my homework late, arrive late. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, verbs and adjective and adverbs can go together in different phrases, in different collocations they are called. This is what usually happens. I'm afraid we cannot arrive fluently, no, but we can speak English fluently. That's the only phrase that goes together. Again, in our course, I always say that it's extremely important to learn vocabulary in groups of words, not just one word, but a group of words. So if the word fluent is, for example, new for you, do not just learn the word fluent. Learn a phrase, speak English fluently. Firstly, it always goes together. It always goes together, right? You can't work fluently or breathe fluently. You can only speak a language fluently. That's how, when you need to choose a use of English, or when you do need to write this in your email to your friend, you'll remember it much better. The same will happen with arrive, like arrive late or arrive early. Early is another exception. Or breathe deeply. We usually breathe deeply. That's the most common, most frequently used, most often phrase. So I always say that it's important to learn the words, and I always give the tools. I give how to learn them better. So, good job. Let's create a little story together. So, it starts with, I can speak English fluently, so what would that mean? I can communicate with people, yeah. It's more than an exam. I always say ЗНО preparation at our course is the most important thing, but what stays with you is not only language for exam, it's language for life. This is my main goal. So I'm 15-year-old English boy, okay, so I can do task without translator. Yeah, I can write stories. Thank you, Tamara. That's brilliant. I can make friends with foreign people. Great. Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot. I can take ЗНО. True story. I can speak with native speakers. You can travel and speak with people, right? English gives you lots of opportunities beyond the exam. Exam is step one, the most important now for this day, but this is just the first step. What we're doing at our course is giving you every skill and all the knowledge you need to keep the language and to use it in everyday real life. Okay, thank you very much for that, for your sharing. I promise to help you with that. Another trick for the no exam. People love it. People love it. Every single year that the no exam has existed, they have always included questions like that in the test. So have a look at this table. Let's compare it. The letter, we know that, just like what a letter is. The letter has 5 steps. So if the letter has 5 steps, it means that it's a 5-step ladder. Look, has 5 steps, but if it's an adjective, 5-step, not 5 steps, but 5-step. The book has 200 pages. So it is a 200-page book. 200-page book. 200-page here in yellow as an adjective. Bruce's workout lasted 5 minutes. Oh, that's short. Just like mine. Don't like sport. It was a 5-minute workout. lasted 5 minutes. A 5-minute workout. Bruce is 30 years old. Bruce is 30 years old. Bruce is a 30-year-old man. Again, as an adjective, no plural form. Very important. Bruce, that's another Bruce, different Bruce, is 32 years old. His twin brother, not twin. Twin cannot be older. God. So, Bruce is 32-year-old man. If the number is an adjective, it's never in the plural form. I know that may be something unusual, something you haven't thought about a lot, something that you may think is not really important, but people who create the ЗНО tests believe that this is very important. So let's have a look. These two questions are from ЗНО last year's. Don't remember exactly when, but last year's. First, about Ben. Ben is my younger brother. He is think, are we using here in the first one, is it an adjective or a number? Yeah, that's right, it's a number. It's his age, so it's a number. So Ben is my younger brother. How old is he? He's 21 years old. How old are you guys? Like, are you 16, 17, 15? How old are you guys? Oh, 16, okay. So 15, 16, okay. So I'm teaching a group of 15-year-old teenagers. The teenagers in my group are 16 years old. Okay? How old do you think I am? That's a tricky question. "21. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're so kind. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna save you some time. I'm almost 28. So I can say that I am 28 years old, and you guys today, and hopefully in the next module, have a 28-year-old teacher. Okay? This is how it works. Number 2, second question. Yeah, you got that. Wonderful. That's amazing. I really enjoy my 2-hour lesson. This is what we're going to have. We're going to have 2-hour lessons. I really enjoy my 2-hour lesson because 2-hour here is not a number. It's an adjective. Двохгодинний, right? Good. Thank you. Please keep that in mind. When we do our course, I come back to all these life hacks because I have collected some experience from myself taking exam and in general, and I have created some materials which are based on typical ЗНО things. So I'm going to share everything with you in our course. So a little bit of information, some more information about me, honestly. So this is true. I worked as an interpreter for 4 years. Interpreter is a person who translates when two people speak. I worked as an interpreter for 4 years, and I have taken ЗНО for 4 years. What is the difference between these two sentences? Okay, past simple, present perfect. Yeah, you got it, but what does it mean? Yeah, okay, Melania, what exactly do you mean? Present perfect, it's not past perfect tense. Okay, so let me help you a little bit. With this first sentence, I worked as an interpreter. Do I still work as an interpreter, or is it over? You don't work as an interpreter any longer. Exactly, Mash. That's absolutely true. I don't work as an interpreter. It's over. Yeah, it's over. And I have taken ЗНО for 4 years. Am I still taking ЗНО? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Till this day. Yep. Yes, I do. I have taken ЗНО for 4 years and I still do. I still do it every year with my learners. Yeah, you have been taken, yes, and probably one more this year. I definitely am gonna do this with you guys. So, when we talk about things which are finished, completed in the past, we use past simple. When we talk about things that started in the past, still continue till now, we use present perfect. This is how we build it, how we form these two tenses. Present perfect is formed with the help of have, has, and the third form of the verb. Or if the verb is regular, we just add ed ending to it. And past simple, we basically use the second form of the verb, ed. So we don't use present perfect when we talk about finished times and dates. Right? So the basic difference, the very first one, is that in present perfect, we do not ever have dates. Dates like yesterday, in 2008, when I was a child, when usually sends you to past simple. So when we don't have the date, but the story is about the past, very likely, like almost 100%, 99%, that we are dealing with present perfect. So, but if there is a date, past simple for sure. It was very cold yesterday, a date. Paul and Lucy arrived 10 minutes ago. Fixed time, a date, not have arrived. I know that, again, probably looks easy, but according to statistics, lots of children, I don't honestly remember the percentage, but it's really high, fail every year at this little thing, the difference between past simple and present perfect. You have seen that when we were doing the stories, the use of English today about Wright brothers. You have seen that. You've seen that when have made or made the first plane, whatever, there was a date. So we used past simple. So it's every year, it's been tested every year and kids fail. So I'm begging you, I'm asking you so much to remember that. Let's try to practice a little bit. Number 1. Yeah, I have played hockey since I was a child. Here's the rule. Before since, remember that. Before since, present perfect. After since, past simple. That's the rule. Have played. Number 2. Played. Exactly. She played hockey at school, but she didn't like it. And it's over. Oops. We see that the situation is over. It's finished. So she played hockey at school, but she didn't like it. Good. Number 3. Okay. Yeah. I knew my great-grandmother for a few years. She died when I was 8. It's over. Unfortunately, the granny died. Sad but true, so past simple. The situation's over. I knew my great-grandmother. Number 4. I have known. Exactly. So Julie is still alive. So, and they still meet once a month. So present perfect. In number 3, you had knew. Okay, you can't say have knew. No. Number 3 is knew. Number 4 is have known, because Julie is still alive. So they still communicate. Number 5. Okay, now look very carefully at number 5, kids. Do we have the time, the date? Tricky. Do we have the date here in number 5? No, we don't have the date. We just know it happened 3 times, but we don't know when exactly it happened. So I have visited Paris 3 times. Present perfect. Another trick. Another typical ЗНО trick. They write you a number, they give you a number, and they expect you to believe that this is date. But no, it is not a date. It is a number of times, but we don't know when. Number 6. Okay, you've got last year, just right at the beginning of the sentence, so it gives you the correct answer. Yeah, last year is a date, so I visited Paris. Number 7. Number 7 is went. Last month, again, it's a date, it's a period, it's a fixed time frame. So last month I went to Scotland. And the last one, I'm sorry, John's not here. Yeah, Masha, absolutely. Everybody, attention, it's not we, it's not you, it's he. He has gone. Yes. Oh yes, thank you. So when we talk about he, she, it, the auxiliary verb is not have, it's has. He has plus the third form. There is no date in this sentence, right? So we don't know when. So we just know he's not here. So he has gone to the shops. Please don't lose this has form and pay attention to it. Because again, it is another trick that people try to catch you at the know, try to trap you, you know, try to make you make a mistake. But we're not going to let them, because we're going to learn how to deal with that. So another thing that happens at our lessons is that we play. And I know that you probably play in your physical face-to-face classes, but I love teaching teenagers both in physical classroom as well as in an online classroom. That's why I do exactly the same things with everybody. So, and we're gonna play. You're going to receive a link in the chat, which I want you to follow. Or if you can't follow a link from the chat, you can just type the address in your browser. You can see it here. So when you follow the link, you're gonna see an interactive dice. And from the picture, you'll understand what dice is. So what I want you to do is to click roll the dice or go and find where do you land on this beautiful board game. So for example, if you have like 6, so you find the number 6 and you answer the questions. Or 5. Have you ever imagined that I landed at 5? So have you ever broken a window? What I would say is I have never broken a window, but once I have broken a bathroom. I really did. So write the full sentence. So you just roll the dice, look at the numbers that you have, and try to answer some of those questions on the board game. If you land miss a turn, I have never broken a window. Okay. My mother, number 4. Who have phoned you today? Okay, never, but my friend has done it. Okay, Alanchka has done it. Oh. I haven't bought anything expensive. Ah, cool. I've bought a new AirPods Pro in this month. No, I haven't. Number 1. Okay. Number 1, never left a shop without paying. I once have left a shop without paying, honestly. I accidentally have taken chewing gum. And then I saw, oh my God, but I came back and paid. I have been, okay, Tamara? I have been in hospital a lot of times. Oh, too sad. You may say, Vlada, I have visited Poland, right? Cool. Haven't bought anything expensive. Nice. No, because I could be imprisoned. Yes, absolutely, you could be imprisoned for that. Number 2. Expensive. No, because I'm unemployed, right? Rage seeker. What is your real name, if you don't mind? Okay. So because I'm unemployed. Thank you. So here's an idea of what happens in our classroom. We talk a lot. We learn practical English. I give every single life hack that I know and I discover. I stay on top of things, so I read the latest information. I do everything actually to make you feel better and to make you feel prepared for the exam. Another thing that I want everybody each of you to remember is that no matter what you do, no matter how high or low you score an exam, you are worth more than a score. Always and always. And those nice t-shirts that you've seen in the first photograph today are actually this logo. We have this flash mob that we do together with my students. We wear the t-shirts with "You are worth more than a score" slogan to show our support to the fact that you are actually, exams are just a step. You're fantastic people and you're gonna achieve your success no matter what, including at ЗНО, and this is where I'm going to help you. So I'm gonna share right now a couple of well, this is my contact, so please add me, so befriend me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. I write quite a lot for teenagers. I basically write everything for teenagers, almost. I have a lot of information on ЗНО preparation. I have information about language learning, so I really love teaching teenagers. You can tell. So please follow me. Text me if you have any questions anytime. Again, I'm very open. I'm very ready to answer always. So here is a little bit of something about our course. So I'm gonna switch to Ukrainian to tell you a little bit more about that. So, ми запрошуємо всіх на курс підготовки до ЗНО з англійської, як ви зрозуміли, для учнів 10-11 класів. Ми починаємо навчатися 27 листопада, тобто післязавтра, о 17 годині. Розклад уроків – це завжди у нас раз на тиждень, щосереди о 17-й. Група майже сформована, залишилося лише декілька місць, тому мерщій бронюйте. Навчання на онлайн-курсі – це 8 онлайн-занять в невеликій групі, 120 хвилин активної роботи, дуже активної, I promise, домашні завдання, які ми перевіряємо, оцінюємо, відеозаписи всіх уроків, презентації для кожного уроку і контроль відвідування онлайн-уроків та виконання домашнього завдання куратором групи. У нас також є телеграм-чат, де ведеться спілкування з учнями, зі всіма. І я там досить активно також присутня, тобто таке живе спілкування. Я дуже люблю, правда, підлітків, я дуже люблю викладати, мені це дуже подобається, тому you can tell. Вартість курсу сьогодні складає 1500 гривень, завтра вартість зросте до 1700 гривень. Отже, вся інформація у вас тут є. Якщо у вас є будь-які запитання, я радо на них дам відповідь в чаті, тому, будь ласка, пишіть. Хтось запитує, sorry, but could you tell me how to start speaking English fluently? Луксідас. Яке ваше ім'я, як я можу звернутися до вас? Відповідь на моє запитання, на ваше запитання, власне, полягає у тому, що це значить speak fluently. І, до речі, про це в мене є один із постів, Олег, дуже приємно. У мене є один із постів на Фейсбуці і в Інстаграмі стосовно, що це таке говорити вільно, тому що це справді досить таке розмите поняття, тому почитайте, ви знайдете свою відповідь. Thank you. Можливо, у вас ще є якісь запитання стосовно ЗНО? Я буду дуже рада на них відповісти. Thanks for the lesson. Have a good day. Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, I've just started reading all your thanks. Thank you, kids. Come to our class. It's going to be so much fun. I promise. I love teenagers. Okay. So, if you don't have any other questions, thank you very much, and I hope I'm gonna see you in our online classroom on the second module of ЗНО Prep English. Have a good day. See you.